Neither dream is true. Neither dream is true, nor life is true. Neither dream is true, nor life is true. When we are dreaming in the night, when we are dreaming in the night, in the dream we do not know what we are seeing. That is not there. In the dream we do not know that what we are seeing is not in reality. That is not true. In the dream, it looks like all is real, but it is not. It happens it happens every time in the dream. It happens every time in the dream. Today again there will be a dream, and in the dream we will find that all is real. Whatever we are seeing in the dream, that seems to be very real when we are dreaming. When we are dreaming. And in the morning we found And in the morning we find out that there is nothing. And in the morning we find out that there is nothing what we have seen in the dream. What we have seen in the dream. Likewise, when we will be awakened from so-called awakened position, when we will be able to so-called awakened position, then we will find whatever we have seen as awaking, that is also not there. Our awaking is also one kind of unconsciousness. According to spirituality, our awaking is not spiritual awakening. Our awaking is not spiritual awakening. Spiritual awakening has some other meaning. Spiritual awakening has some other meaning, where you can see that this world is also like night dream, where you can see that this world is also like a dream. What is true and what is not true, wise can recognize. To recognize the difference of truth and untruth is wisdom. To recognize the difference of truth and untruth is wisdom. For example, what we say dream in the morning, we cannot say that was not there in the night. What we say dream in the morning, we cannot say that was not there in the night. It was there. We have seen. We had the feeling of all that happened in the dream, and there was result also. Even if it was a dream, feeling were real. Feeling were real. We experience all kind of pain and pleasure in dream. We experience all kind of pain and pleasure in dream. Body is trembling, heart is running fast. When sleep broken, we found that was a dream. If dream is nothing, as we feel, there must not be any result. If dream is nothing, as we feel, there must not be any result. But result was there in the night. But results were there in the night. In which category we should keep this? In which category we should keep this? Let us go through a story of Raja Janak's life to understand it properly. Let us go to a story of Raja Janak life to understand it properly. Raja Janak was sleeping in his palace. One night he has seen a dream. On that night, he has seen in the dream that he has become a poor beggar. He has become a poor beggar and hungry since 3-4 days. However, he has collected some rice and started to cook. He collected some rice and started to cook. At the same time, two bull ox came over there, fighting with each other, and whatever was cooking spread over the floor. It was wasted. In the meantime, dream was broken. In the meantime, dream has broken. Dream disappeared. Janak is seeing all is well as like before. Janak is seeing all is well as like before. Palace, bed, bedroom, all are as it is. Question arisen in the heart of Janak. Whatever seen in the dream was true, or whatever seeing now is true. Whatever seen in the dream was true, or whatever seeing now is true. Janak called all the great scholars, and raised the question: this is true or that was true? No one was in a position to give the answer. No one was in a position to give the answer. There was lot of questions. There was lot of discussions, but Janak was not satisfied. When the question was put up in front of Ashtavakra, when the question was put up in front of Ashtavakra said, neither this is true nor that was true. And then Ashtavakra has shown the path of Janak. Then Ashtavakra shown the path to Janak through his Ashtavakra Gita. Awakening in the morning, as we find out dream is not true. Likewise, when we awake from our so-called sleepy awakening position, we find out that whatever we have seen in the world in our so-called awakening position, that is also not true. That is also not true. Our so-called awakening is one kind of unconsciousness. When we see that this world is also like a dream, then it is called real awakening. When we see that this world is also like a dream, then it is called real awakening. Awakening from the awakening position is meditation. Awakening from the awakening position is meditation. When we know that whatever we are seeing today will not be there tomorrow, will not be there one day. Life is also not true like the dream in the night. Life is also not true like the dream in the night. If you can understand Lord Krishna, you will be able to see him. Krishna is trying to save Arjun from fleeing, but in other sense, Krishna is saying a wonderful thing that fleeing from the worldly things, no one can be denouncer. Fleeing from the worldly things, no one can be renouncer or denouncer. Living in the world and by awakening one becomes saint. Living in the world and by awakening one becomes saint. And when awakening happens, it happens. Otherwise you go anywhere, Himalaya or in caves, there is no difference. Question is of awakening, position. Arjuna is seeing the world very real. Physical body looks very true to him. Death looks very true to him. His problem is natural. His problem is our problem. Whatever we see looks true. Lord Krishna is saying something wonderful. Krishna says, physical body and all these people whole world is a dream. Krishna says, physical body and all these peoples, the whole world is a dream. Don't worry about this and do your duty. Lord Krishna says, unless there will not be distance between I and the body, it is very difficult to understand yourself. It will be very difficult to understand me as well as yourself. One who knows it is indestructible and eternal and unchanging. One who knows he is not saying one who believes, agrees or accepts. He says one who knows. It is very easy to believe, agree and accept. It is very easy to believe, agree and accept, but it is very difficult to know because nothing is to be done to believe. Knowing is very difficult. To know we have to pass through whole procedure. We have to pass through a long procedure. Knowing is also of two types. One read from the scriptures and knows. Second, if you know something by your own experience, Then only you will be able to say that you know. It is very easy to know things from the scriptures. It is already written. To read and know, it is not difficult. Knowing from the scriptures is not knowing. Knowing from the scriptures is not knowing. You just read soul is immortal. No one takes birth and no one dies. We just read it time and again. By reading time and again, we have become like parrot. We have not inherited the things. That is not our own experience. That is not our own experience. Our own experience is we are body. How can we absorb what we read in scriptures? And that is the reason we are going on chanting soul is immortal. It cannot be cut by sword, but we are going on possessing the thought we are body. We are reading in scriptures that we are not soul, we are soul, not the body, but we are not ready to observe it properly. We cannot get the wisdom from scriptures, but we will get the wisdom from the experience of life. Until and unless life will not teach us, until and unless life will not teach us that there is something within which never die and which is immortal, you don't stop. Let the Krishna say this so many times, you don't agree. Try to know the truth. Try to know the truth. Lord Krishna is saying with so much of ease too, he must have experienced something. Lord Krishna is saying with so much of ease, he must have experienced something. Let us try to know what he has experienced and let us try to take the experience ourselves. Body is like the clothes, but we have clung to the body like this that we have become body only. We have forgotten the soul. Actually, that Krishna says, what we know is very different. Whenever you will be able to separate your body with your eye, whenever you will be able to separate your body with your eye, you will be able to see yourself. You will be able to see yourself. And you are two different things. But we have never seen anything within us other than I. Whenever we have seen something within, we have seen I only. Whatever we think, ego stands behind I. Ego of I is everywhere with us. We all are living surrounding our I, and we are not able to see the observer. And we are not able to see the observer, who is actually I. Who is the observer? We are not able to see the observer, who is actually I, means soul. Who is seeing ego raising her head everywhere, who is behind your eyes and ears. He is observer. He is the witness, and that is the soul. That is the soul. That soul. This is to understand properly. When we listen Lord Krishna, we become very happy that soul cannot be burned. We think we cannot be burned. When we hear soul cannot die, we feel relaxed and hope we are not going to die. Therefore, start to read more Gita in the old age. When that death comes, when the death is coming nearer, people want to understand what the Lord Krishna says. Lord Krishna, what last thing Lord Krishna says, last thing Lord Krishna says, you can see everything except yourself. You can see everything except yourself. The day you will be able to yourself, you will be able to get entry pass for the kingdom of God. The day you will be able to see yourself, you will be able to get entry pass for the kingdom of God. Try again. Try again. Thank you. Thank you.